We are set for high school volleyball tonight from the Spud Gym in Moorhead as Moorhead takes on Bemidji. The Lumberjacks on the road with a 5-win, 8-loss mark. Taking on the Spuds as they are closing in on the 500 mark with 4 wins and 7 losses. Alicia Krenz, the head coach for Bemidji. Amber Fugelberg is the head coach for Moorhead. And in this opening set, Bemidji will serve as they set it up and hit from right to left. Declaring ball is ready, the whistle blows. And we, from Moorhead, are underway. Underhand scoop, Moorhead setting it up to the far side and bringing it over. At the net, Margie Anderson got it over, and then it was deflected away to the floor, Moorhead. And that's a point, Bemidji. So the Lumberjacks start out quickly as Jordan Pemberton sets to serve and hits over from the back row up to the front. Big hit there. Pemberton comes up to save. Played on an underhand by Anderson, and then Moorhead. Now across to the backside. Grace Perry comes up with the kill. Moorhead's homecoming queen for 2022. Starts things off for the Spuds with a kill to the back row, and now will serve. From the near side, Grace Perry lines it up and hits it over. A little soft touch to the net. Back it comes and blocked away, and down it goes. Initially, Molly Roop hit it over, but the Spuds came up with a big hit off the near side and take the lead at 2-1. Grace Perry with the serve. A couple, 2-3 steps and forward. Just did get it over, but the return is wide, and that'll go as an ace as Adeline Potratz delivered it to the near side. Valley Mortgage ace serve, and the Spuds now lead at 3-1. To the net, big hit over, played out of the back row, Spuds to the net. Keeping it alive, it comes back to Perry, and she comes up with another kill. After giving up the set's first point, Moorhead has reeled off 4 in a row under the direction of Grace Perry. A moment for Adeline Potratz to kind of get her breath back. She played that big hit from Grace Perry, stunned her just a bit, and play continues now. Moorhead with a 4-1 lead. Big hit near the back row, played forward now to the near side, sent over by a Roop. Moorhead on the return, backside, but double hit is the call, Moorhead. And that stops the run and puts Bemidji back on the board, now trailing 4-2. Lumberjacks line things up with Elizabeth Bolte to serve right in the middle of the back line. Back set. Under the net, Bemidji. Point, Moorhead. And it's 5-2. Lauren Peterson near the serve line, just off to the far corner. Left-handed serve, sent over. Played to the net. Here's the set to the backside and sent over and in. It just get down in front of Lauren Peterson as she made a dive for it. Bemidji back on the board now to pull within 2 at 5-3. And for the Lumberjacks, Samantha Nisler now serving. Couple of heads-up bounces, and the serve is over. Moorhead playing it to the net backside. Big hit there is out and wide. Point, Bemidji. And that pulls the Lumberjacks within 1 now at 5-4. And the serve by Samantha Nisler. Moorhead now on the return, sending it right into the net. Lily Mathern tried to wind up and send up a big hit, but caught the net. Bemidji has come back now to tie this set at 5. Right-hander sent over. A dive to the floor, played back to Haran. She sends it wide and long, and Bemidji not only has erased the deficit, but has taken the lead. Now it's 6-5. Samantha Nisler ready to serve. It comes to Perry in the back row, sending it to the net, and Haran punches it over. Bemidji playing it back, and it's deflected out. Point then for the Lumberjacks. And a 6-1 scoring run by the Lumberjacks has given Bemidji a 7-5 lead here early in the first set. Bemidji came in with 5 wins and 8 losses. Moorhead 4-7 in their early season start. And the hit over just did clear, and that's an ace. It just did float and bounce down, and Amber Fugelberg has seen enough. Needs a timeout to get things back on track. And so with that, it's Bemidji 8 and Moorhead 5.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
So a quick retaliation by Bemidji after falling behind 4-1. They have outscored Moorhead 6-1 in that stretch. Bemidji now has the lead at 8-5. Will stand corrected. 7-1 scoring advantage in this stretch. And the send over to the net. Back set near side, big hit, goes off the fingers and out of bounds, and Moorhead out of the timeout comes up with a point to pull within 2. And that sets up the serve. Step forward and the delivery. It was played, but there was nobody to pick it up and continue on. Moorhead with that point now trailing by 1. The right-hander sends it over. Goes deep, but played. Here's the set to the backside and over. Moorhead catching up to it and caught the basketball net. And play continues on as Grace Perry sends it over. Plays back, and there's a big hit down by Bemidji. Right to the middle, and the kill for Elizabeth Oster has given Bemidji a 2-point advantage for the serve of Molly Roop. She's ready. Molly Roop just off center to the far side. It's over, lifted up, played. Annie Haran drops it in. Had just enough on it and found the open spot in the defense. Annie Haran gets the kill, and that brings up Talia Triggs. As she prepares, the running jump serve by Triggs is over. To the near side, a big hit. Sent up and over. Barely deflected by Moorhead on the way by, but point Bemidji then. And the Lumberjacks regain a 2-point advantage at 10-8. Here's the serve and the play out of the back row. Grace Perry just did catch up to it. Play comes back and it's deflected off Annie Haran and to the floor. Point, Bemidji. Back up to a 3-point advantage at 11-8. One of the great rivalry games on Moorhead's volleyball schedule, the Spuds and Bemidji. Here's the play to the back row, lifted forward and touched across. Played then by Potrats. To the net, it comes back near side on the set by Margie Anderson. Moorhead plays it back over. A dive to the floor, and it goes down and point Bemidji. Jordan Pemberton sets to serve now with a 4-point lead. It's the biggest lead here in the first set. Just did get it across. There was an opening there, but the hit returned then. Grace Perry sets it near side. Here's the return, Annie Horan. Then brought back up on the near side, and a big hit, Lauren Peterson. Is returned into the net by Jordan Pemberton. Point then for Moorhead. And Moorhead has pulled within 3 as Annie Horan sets to serve. Hand over. Underhand scoop to the net and down. Moorhead with that point, now trailing 12-10. Right-hander Annie Horan sends it over. Here's the set by Margie Anderson. And it just did get inside the far sideline. And with that point, Bemidji grabs back a 3-point lead at 13-10. Lumberjacks on the serve. Straight up the middle, Lauren Peterson to the net. From there, played over. Lumberjacks set it up near side, and the hit just did get over. The return then to Grace Perry, who touches it over, and play comes back to Bemidji. Here's a running hit, and sails all the way over and point Moorhead. Had a good look at that back corner, but sailed it long, got too much air underneath, and it's 13-11. Moorhead trailing by 2 with Sarah Boak set to serve. With the send over, it comes back up towards the net, then played near side. Blocked nicely, saved nicely, and then out of room. Adeline Potrats made a dive for it into her own bench area, only to run out of room, and the Spuds have crawled back within 1. Working on a 4-run scoring run. Here's the play over. Service ace in the books. Valley Mortgage service ace. And the Spuds have come all the way back now to tie. And the serve caught the net and will come back to Bemidji as Jordan Pemberton now serves. Big hit lined up and long. Annie Horan again up the middle, tried to make some room on that one, or that was Grace Bathurst rather. Grace Bathurst wound up on that one to sail it, but got underneath it. May have been deflected. We did not see that call. We're tied at 14. And the serve. Set near side, blocked at the net and down. Point Bemidji. Back and forth we go. Bemidji had an 8-5 point advantage to start. Their biggest lead has been 12-8. And serving now with a 1-point lead. Big hit to the back row. Saved and played. Lifted to the backside and over and out. That'll give point to Bemidji. And the Lumberjacks once again put a little comfort zone up there with a 2-point advantage as Elizabeth Bolte serves. To the net, return near side, blocked and saved, played, touched over. It continues on back to the near side, and it's blocked once again. Now the set over, but under the net. The point will go to Moorhead. Great volley there between Moorhead and Bemidji, only to see the Spuds come up and pull within one at 16-15. This is set one. After the serve, Molly Roop played it off to the far side, delivered there on a big hit from the outside hitter. And Bemidji to a 2-point advantage. Now it's 17-15. Moorhead keeps sneaking up to pull within one, and then see Bemidji go with one or two unanswered. Here's the lift over to the net. Big hit, block, point, Moorhead. Moorhead once again back within one. And the hit over. Returned to the net. Played and blocked down. It was not the way you'd set it up nor design it to be run, but it was effective nonetheless. And Bemidji is back to a 2-point lead at 18-16. And the hit. Big hit. Blocked. Played back in by Nisler. Across. Back to the far side. The hit there. To the net and down. Point Moorhead. Power volleyball for the Spuds to pull within one at 18-17. Here's Talia Triggs. Running jump serve and just did get it in, but sent it long. Tried to blast that one across and drop it down. Missed the back line, and that puts serve to Bemidji. Adeline Potratz will send it over with a 19-17 lead. And the hit. Lifted towards the net. Back set there for Horan. And she powers it down and in. Big kill for Horan to pull the Spuds within one at 19-18. Horan to serve. A quick lift over, diving to the floor, saved, and now the point will be awarded. As the ball did hit the floor, although the Spuds had a dive down with their fingernails to try to keep it up and in play, point given Lumberjacks to lead by 2. Here's the hit over to the net, set backside. Again, they'll try it this time to the near side before it's put back up to play. And catching the inside of the sideline. It was deep, but inside the sideline. And Bemidji has grabbed a 3-point lead, now at 21-18. With the signal to start, the hit is over. To Grace Perry, blocked. Point Bemidji. Oh my, what a hit. Big blast coming up the far side, and that brings a timeout call from Amber Fugleberg. With play here in the first set. On the Northwest Blind scoreboard, it's Bemidji 22, Moorhead 18.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Back at the Spud Gym in Moorhead, it's homecoming week for Moorhead. And tonight, the Moorhead volleyball team was honored to have, as an introduction to the game, their captain and current queen, Grace Perry. Bemidji has come out, and they're set and ready to go. Margie Anderson will serve, and will serve with a 3-point lead. It goes over and played up to the net. The hit, set and the hit, and deflected out of bounds, point Moorhead. 22-19. Big point for the Spuds after giving up 3 in a row, equaling the biggest deficit of 4. They'll try it here. The hit is over. Played now by the Lumberjacks. Back to the near side and in. That was a blast on the kill from Elizabeth Bolte. And the Lumberjacks will serving as they close in on set point. Underhanded, set, dropped, saved, and kept alive. Now lifted over on the free ball. Little ball fake at the middle of the net. Sent over. Bemidji wasn't fooled, and they send it in. Moorhead overplayed to the net, leaving a wide open space in the far corner. And Bemidji now serves set point. It comes over, and Moorhead plays. Deflected, and out of play. Moorhead stays alive. But it's a long battle now as they trail by 4 with Grace Perry set to serve. With the hit near side, it goes over and down, and Bemidji gets the kill from the near side. I think that was Molly Roop. And Lumberjacks win the first set. We'll be back with more volleyball action from Bemidji, or from Moorhead rather, as the Spuds and Bemidji tangle it tonight. On the Northwest Blind scoreboard, the score in our first set, Bemidji 25, Moorhead 20.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Well, Bemidji scored first, basically held the lead throughout set 1. Moorhead was able to close the gap on a couple of instances 8-1, and actually we're tied at 13. But Bemidji came right back and just kind of hung around, getting a point here and a point there. Not very often did they get back-to-back points, and the biggest was when they went 24-19, and by that time the story had been written, and Bemidji was able to claim victory in set one, 25-20. And play continues now with Grace Perry of Moorhead serving to start set two. Play nearly sent out of bounds, saved and hooked over by Molly Roop. Here's the return by Moorhead. Back up to the net, touched over, saved and kept alive by Talia Triggs. And then over it goes and sent off to the far side. A diving stab by Bemidji's Jordan Pemberton. And the Spuds grab the lead in set two. Grace Perry serving. She sends it over. Sent back to the backside and over. And long it went, and it's point Moorhead. So Grace Perry will continue the serving as the Spuds have grabbed a 2-0 advantage. With the hit to the back row, played forward. Back set, sent over by Molly Roop. Her numbers are starting to add up here tonight with solid play in the first and now getting a kill to get Bemidji on the board here in set two, and now serving. The hit over and returned long. Now tied at 2. Underhand scoop. Kept alive and played. Blocked and on the net. Point Bemidji. A 4-hit return by Moorhead is the call. Moorhead scoring the first 2 points of the set. Bemidji has come back with 3 unanswered and lead 3-2. Elizabeth Bolte continues the serve. Just a soft touch that just cleared the net to the near side, sent over, and that one is too far beyond and too hard hit for Grace Perry to return it. Lumberjacks leading at 4-2. And the serve. Moorhead's diving down. Here's the hit. Up. Grace Bathurst tried to get that one muscled over. It came right back and down on the block by Bemidji as the Lumberjacks build up a 5-2 lead. 5 unanswered scores by the Lumberjacks. To the net. Play deflected. Point Moorhead. Annie Horan returns to the lineup. Lauren Peterson will serve. Inches her way towards that mid-stripe. And with the hit over, it comes back now by Bemidji. Off the net. It crawled on the top of the net and then down. And that's point Bemidji. 6-3 now Lumberjacks. And the serve will be handed over to Samantha Nisler. With the hit deep, played back up to the net. And over it goes and in. Nice set and assist to Sarah Boak. And the hit over by Moorhead makes it 6-4 with serve. Right-handed, jump serve is over. Diving to the floor, keeping it up and in. And it is returned in. So the Lumberjacks come right back at it. And take a 3-point advantage here at 7-4. Lumberjack serve. Soft alley-oop pass serve that went in. And on the return, big hit on the backside by Talia Triggs. The kill for Triggs. And the Spuds go back on the scoreboard and trail it 7-5. Moorhead has not scored unanswered points except for at the beginning at 2-0. And after that, it's been alternating. This serve is long. And Lumberjacks now lead at 8-5. Adeline Potratz to serve. Bemidji leading it by 3. Here's the hit. Just did clear of the net. Played forward. Saved at the net. Set up the middle. And long and deflected. There was a deflection. And point then for Bemidji as the Lumberjacks jump to a 9-5 advantage. Scoring trends have been very similar here in set 2 to set 1. Palm return, lifted return by Moorhead. Lumberjacks working on a 7-2 scoring advantage. Adeline Potratz will serve for the Lumberjacks. Return by Grace Perry to the net. Deflected up and out. Point for the Spuds. Pulling Moorhead within 4. Erasing their biggest deficit here early of set 2. Down by 5. Getting a point. And now a serve from Haran. Nice save on the backside by Grace Perry. And it's 10-7. The hit by Haran. Return near side, the hit is over, and she hits through the block. Moorhead's Carly Berg was there. She had her hands in, but the hit was hard. And it escaped to the side and out. Point Lumberjacks leading it now 11-7. Return by Berg. Set forward, off to the side, Triggs. High in the air, just avoiding the net, just avoiding the rafters. And then a double hit on the way down by Moorhead. And the Lumberjacks worked their way back to a 5-point lead at 12-7. The hit, scaling off the net, puts up to the backside. Big hit and kill, Grace Bathurst. And it's 12-8. Moorhead now serving, trailing by 4. Sarah Boak hits it over. Play comes back, blocked up in. Boak come up to keep it alive. Return backside for Grace Perry. And play continues on with the hit to the net. Touched over, deflected, near side. Free ball sent over by Pemberton. Her hit deep, kept alive by Lauren Peterson. And play continues on. A swinging stab at it. Comes back to Boak and then comes up with a big hit. Lily Mathern on the near side wound up with authority. 12-9. Pulling Moorhead within 3. Sarah Boak lines up the serve and sends it over. Up midway. Moorhead keeping it alive. Bemidji on the return. Sending it back. Boak to the backside. Grace Perry on the hit. Brought back into play on a dive there by Triggs. And into the net. Grace Perry tried to muscle that one over. Didn't get it high enough. So it drops in for Point Bemidji, leading now by 4. Lumberjacks leading 13-9. The return, just avoiding the return, Jordan Pemberton took a one-hand stab at it, and it's 13-10. Point goes to Moorhead as the Spuds stay within striking distance here midway through the set. Grace Perry and the Spuds trailing by 3. The return to the net, played, and it hit, and play will go to Bemidji. Once again to a full-point advantage at 14-10. Elizabeth Bolte serving. It's over to the net. Boak sends it backside. It's deflected out. Point Moorhead. So back and forth we play. 14-11. Moorhead down by 3. Lauren Peterson serving from the far corner. Sends it over on a line drive. Played back down near side, and a big kill for Molly Roop. Roop has consistently gotten the big points for Bemidji as they grab now a 4-point lead. Samantha Nisler stands right in the middle of that basketball free throw lane and serves up an ace. May have had some indecision between Lily Mathern and Lauren Peterson as to who should play it. Really, neither one did. And it's a 5-point Bemidji advantage now at 16-11. And with the serve, line drived over, blocked. Peterson sends it forward, free ball over. Here's the set and the block to the floor. It's played. Got away from Molly Roop. And it's 16-12. Moorhead with the kill and the point. Moorhead with the serve. And with the hit over to the net, played, kept alive, set forward. Free ball over, Moorhead has it. Here's the return to the backside by Bogenreef. And the return by Bemidji, nobody could get there. Spuds get a crucial point. Serving now down by 3. Back-to-back points have been scarce for the Spuds. And here's the hit over. Played back up to the net. Blocked, and the net actually assisted on that as it hit the net and died straight down. Point for Bemidji. Back to a 4-point lead at 17-13. Right-hander takes a running jump. Peterson keeps it alive, sends it backside, and the punch over. The return to the front for Margie Anderson of Bemidji. Now Lauren Peterson of Moorhead plays it back and tried to wind up and hit it over, but Carly Berg mistimed her jump, and that brings a timeout call from Moorhead. We are in set number 2. On the Northwest Blind scoreboard, it's Bemidji 18, Moorhead 13. Coming out of the Moorhead timeout, trailing again by 5. Several occasions in set 2 have they trailed by 5, but only once have they pulled back within 3. As Bemidji consistently able to regain the advantage as they slide down the home stretch. 18-13, Bemidji leading it. They have a victory in set 1, and play is underway. Here's the set into the net, and a big hit by Jordan Pemberton. Point, Moorhead. And the Spuds will serve. Alexa Kruger checking in. And Kruger's serve. A line drive that was just saved. And then the return by Bemidji on the back side of the play. Elizabeth Bolte found an opening at near the end line and tucked it just inside. And with that point, Lumberjacks leading it now 19-14. On the serve, it comes to the near side. Lauren Peterson sends it on the set. At the net, played and down. Point, Moorhead. 19-15. Moorhead serving, down by 4. Quick exchange. Grace Bathurst checks into the front row. Lauren Peterson to the sideline as the hit comes over. Lifted over. Played back to the near side, Moorhead. They set for Perry. And the return. Wow. Diving save on both ends. Here's another attempt, but this one got away. A point, Moorhead to pull within 3 at 19-16. Annie Horan will serve. From the near side of the free throw stripe, it's over. Played back to the net, set near side, and a big hit by Elizabeth Bolte. She caught the net, and once again, that affected play as it altered the route. And Bolte's point gives the Lumberjacks a 4-point lead. And the hit over, again hitting the net. Try from the near side, and Carly Berg mistimed her jump once again as she got underneath it on the way down. Point, Lumberjacks, back to a 5-point advantage. A thundering hit from the backside by Grace Perry. Lily Mathern returns to the Spuds. Sarah Boak steps up to serve. Big job ahead for the Spuds. Have trailed basically throughout here in the set 2. And down by 5, serving. To the near side. Bemidji feels the end is not far away. Big hit right up the sideline and in. And the Lumberjacks lead at 22-17. Running jump serve. Punched over and back up to the net. Played off the net nicely by Bolk. And then on the back side of the play, Brooklyn Sager of Bemidji returned it in. And the Lumberjacks have taken their biggest lead of set 2. Leading 23-17. Here's the serve. Diving underneath it. Here's the hit over, just getting it over. Put back in play by Anderson, and then it got deep and got away from Lauren Peterson just over her stretched arms. And that brings up set point for the Lumberjacks. Jordan Pemberton will step up and serve. For the set. Played forward. Punched over. Directed off to the side. Point Moorhead. Talia Triggs checks in. Grace Perry steps to the serve line. And over. Back set. Point. Set. Bemidji. 25-18 the final. On the northwest blind scoreboard, Bemidji has jumped to a 2-0 advantage, winning set 1 25-20, and here in set 2 is 25-18.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Well, we head into set 3. Bemidji has pretty well controlled the scoring and the outcomes in the first 2 sets. Winning set 1 25-20, and in set 2 25-18. Holding is pretty much a 3-point advantage throughout, occasionally working it up to 5. Biggest advantage was 7. And that's where we ended up with a 25-18 Bemidji victory in set 2. Set 3 is underway. Moorhead on the return. Back set. Kept alive by Grace Perry on the near side. But the return into the net gives point Bemidji. Jordan Pemberton sets to serve. Just clearing net. Played. Returned to the net. Point Bemidji. And here's Pemberton continuing her serves. Just about clearing it over. She knuckleballed it. Tried to get it just over the net, but missed. And with that service error, Moorhead then on the board and have a chance to bring it even now, down 2-1. Running jump serve by Grace Perry. Played high. Lifted over to Perry, who plays it. And it goes deflected out. Point Moorhead, we're tied at 2. Grace Perry will continue the serve. And the hit over. Just crawled up her arm a little bit, and Molly Roop had nothing that she could do about it. She wanted to play it again. That would have been a double hit, and as a result, it hit the floor, and it's 3-2, Moorhead. Perry, the serve. Sent deep, played. On the near side over, caught and put back in play, directed backside, and point Moorhead. Spuds have put a rally together here to start set number 3 after giving up 2 quick ones, now leading 4-2. Perry will serve. Running jump serve is over. And continued on a dive to the floor. Just did get underneath it. But the second hit played by the Spuds, a nice set, was right there. And with that, a timeout, Bemidji. We are playing set 3 on the Northwest Blinds scoreboard. It's Moorhead 5 and Bemidji 2. After a quick Bemidji timeout, play ready to resume as Grace Perry lines it up. Moorhead fell behind 2-0 to start things and have come up with 5 unanswered. As Grace Perry steps to the serve line and sends it over. Dive to the floor to lift it forward, and the return. On the set now near side. Bemidji keeps it alive. A nice run by Anderson. And the hit there to the back row where Lauren Peterson had it slip away. And that pulls Bemidji within 1 and serving. Elizabeth Bolte will stand at the serve line. Bolte's hit is deep. Moorhead playing it back. One-armed it over, and it comes back to Bolte. Her set returned over. Moorhead on the way down did manage to find a way to punch it over. And then the hit goes wide, just missing the sideline near side. And Moorhead takes the lead at 6-3. Lauren Peterson serving to the net. 6-4. Bemidji will serve with a 2-point lead. Samantha Nisler comes on. She takes her position right in the middle of the free throw lane. And steps forward with the hit. Grace Perry finds it. Came back, sent across. Here's a one-armed hit. Blocked and kept alive. Try it again. To the back row where Perry sends it up to the net. Here's Lauren Peterson's turn. And then it's dropped in on a quick redirect. A quick redirect right over the top of the net and down. Point for the Spuds, regaining a 3-point lead at 7-4. That brings Sarah Boak to the serve line. From the near corner and over. Just did getting to it. Play comes back. Boak sets, back set, and the play, Moorhead. Now 8-4 Moorhead. Sarah Boak set and send. Off the knees, the play is forward to the net. It's played. Well, apparently blocked by Moorhead and down. And so that gives point to Bemidji. And with an 8-5 deficit staring at her, the Lumberjacks serve is on its way. Set to the front side and over. Played Peterson. Now Perry gives it off and the play comes over. And play continues on as it's lifted up by Anderson. And then a big hit goes long and wide. Well, we're checking things out. Yeah, Moorhead will get served with a 9-5 advantage. Looked a bit tenuous there for a moment. Alexa Kruger serving. With a hit and on the return, lifted up. Peterson to the far side. Returned over, and here's the play. And a mistimed pass. Elizabeth Oster was high for it and it hadn't come down yet. And by the time that all took place, Moorhead had scored, and it's 10-5. Biggest lead of the night. Moorhead with a dive on the floor by Kruger. A redirect from Kruger by Boak on the near side to the net. Moorhead couldn't play it forward. That pulls Bemidji within 4, now at 10-6. Adeline Potrat serving. Right-hander sends it up. Big hit, big save, chased down, kept alive. But out of bounds on the return. Point Moorhead, back to a 5-point advantage at 11-6. Annie Horan sends it deep, but it's played. Back to the net. The net set. Just keeping it inside of the field of play. Try it again. Blocked. Free-balled over. Diving attempt by Boak. Back to the near side. Blocked again. Boak keeping it alive. They'll try it again. With the hit, it's blocked away. Lily Mathern coming up with the kill. It took her a couple of tries to get it to go. But Mathern has given the Spuds a 6-point lead at 12-6. Here's Annie Horan's hit. Over it goes, and a dive attempt is deflected out of bounds. Point Bemidji. Margie Anderson will serve. And the right-hander sends it. Moorhead playing it from under the net. And on the set, it is blocked off to the side. They'll set it again. This time the save in the back row, Moorhead. Off to Grace Perry, but it's blocked and sent down by Elizabeth Bolte. And with that kill, the Lumberjacks pull within 4. Right hand muscles it over, just did get it through the net. Perry redirects it over, played now by Bemidji. Potrats all the way deep. The Spuds come up with it, and there's the big hit. Grace Bathurst comes up with that kill, and it's 13-8. Moorhead serve. Back to the near side. Put back to the net and redirected quickly. Play continues on, and it's underhanded over. Kruger plays it forward. It ends up with Grace Perry. Her hit returned. To the far side it's played, and a dive there ends up in play. Kruger just missing of getting it over. And it's 13-9. That puts Jordan Pemberton to the serve line. And the hit just did clear net. Moorhead hitting it through the block. Grace Perry will get the kill. And Moorhead has a 14-9 advantage, and Perry, after the kill point, steps up to the serve line as Moorhead's defense sets up to play at the net. Here's the play over. Tipped. Perry keeps it alive. Boak, and a big hit on the backside. I believe that kill will go to Talia Triggs, and that forces a timeout call from Bemidji. On the Northwest Blind scoreboard, here in set number 3, it is Moorhead 15 and Bemidji 9. Well, the Spuds have, for the most part, taken their turn at controlling a set here in number 3. At one point had a 6-point advantage, currently holding a 6-point lead. It's 15-9 Moorhead. They trail, however, in sets 2-0. And Grace Perry lines it up at the serve line to hit. Up the near sideline. Returned, and it comes back. Brooke Ferris had it over. And it ends up out of bounds. Point Bemidji. Elizabeth Bolte serving. Returned to the net. Boak. The play goes down on a dive to the floor to keep it alive by Margie Anderson. Now the Spuds try to punch it over, and it got too deep. Talia Triggs was waiting for it to come off the net. But the point to Bemidji makes it a 4-point set. 15-11. To the net, played to the middle, and blocked and deflected out. 15-12, Bemidji has closed the gap, cut the deficit in half. With the serve, the hit comes up the middle and return backside, and a big hit. There's the kill. She likes that opportunity from the hill. Talia Triggs got that one to go through and got that one to go down, and the Spuds are back in the scorebook and lead it now 16-12. Lauren Peterson serving. Returned to the net, punched over and blocked and deflected out. Moorhead got on the block, but the hit was strong and deflected out of play. Point Bemidji to pull within 3. Samantha Nisler steps up to the line. With that hit, Grace Perry sends it to the line. And from there, Annie Horan takes over. At the top of her jump, was able to get on top of the swing. Point Moorhead in at 17-13. Sarah Boak returns to serve. With the hit over. Block, it goes and it dropped in. A deflected block on the far side found just enough room to get out of harm's way and stay in the court of play. And Moorhead leads it by 5 at 18-13. On the near side, it's set over. Perry plays it. Punched over, returned. Here's the set by Bemidji to the near side Roop. And now Moorhead. Big hit there, but out of play. Talia Triggs on that outside hitter. Just did miss the sideline. 18-14. Bemidji serving, trailing by 4. Oh, I have a double hit by Moorhead. And it's a 3-point game at 18-15. Bemidji trailing now by 3 and serving. Oh, she just did get underneath it, Lauren Peterson, to keep it alive. A stab at it there. And again, Bemidji comes up with a solid defensive effort. But when it comes time to put it over, Margie Anderson could not. That gives Point Moorhead back to a 4-point lead at 19-15. Spuds on the serve. Come to play it. It goes back to Horan, sending it over. Moorhead saving it twice. The free ball is over and play continues. Blocked, deflected, near side over. Punched forward, at the net. Double hit, keep on after it. Free ball over. It comes back and the Spuds will try it from there. Grace Perry deflected on the second hit, now free ball. Back to the net, it's deflected over. It just did get it to the arms and play continues with the big hit on the backside. Molly Roop kept her position as the deflection came her way. She put a big hit on it. And that pulls Bemidji within 3 at 19-16. Lumberjacks serving. Lauren Peterson sends it off to Grace Perry. Perry's pass sent over. And it just did get over the net and hit through the block. And that brings a timeout call as the Lumberjacks have pulled within 2. On the Northwest Blind scoreboard here in set 3, it's Moorhead 19, Bemidji 17. So a timeout by Moorhead to try and stop the bleeding. Bemidji has outscored Moorhead 4-1 here in the last scoring stretch and has closed the gap to 2. Moorhead leads at 19-17. Adeline Potratz to serve for the Lumberjacks. Here's the step forward and the hit. Peterson sends it back to the net. Down it goes. Lily Mathern comes up with a kill from the near side. And Moorhead, for the moment, regains advantage here, now leading by 3 as Annie Horan steps to the serve line. Pushed over. The return. Backside, Perry. Lifted forward, redirected quickly, and point. Margie Anderson at the last moment decided that she could redirect it over. And again, the Lumberjacks are within 2. As Margie Anderson, after that point, now steps up to serve. Anderson sends it deep. Played back up and at the net, came up short. Grace Bathurst tried to touch it over the net but missed just short. Lumberjacks within 1 and serving. Sent over, Grace Perry plays it. A big hit by Mathern. Returned by Bemidji and play continues. The set to the backside and Grace Perry. She likes to do that. Game on the line, give me the ball. 21-19. Moorhead serving with a 2-point advantage. A swat over. Returned now by the Lumberjacks to the near side. Oh my. Deflected. And a diving jab at it. It appeared to have been down, but no, play continued on. And the Lumberjacks have pulled within 1 at 21-20. Spud fans thought they had caught a break. Here's the hit over, diving to the floor, kept alive. And again, diving to the floor to keep it alive. Here's Anderson's hit. Now to the near side over. Play is deflected. Waiting to see. No, point Bemidji. That brings us tied at 21. Bemidji has erased a 5-point deficit to tie the Spuds here in set 3. Back to the net, and it's played off the net. Swung and hit. Back set, Perry. 2 in a row. The set was there, the hit was there, the point was there, and Moorhead leads at 22-21. And Perry will serve. Lifted forward, sent by Anderson, and point. We're tied at 22. That will put Elizabeth Bolte to the serve line for Bemidji with the set tied at 22. Backside hit. Saved and stabbed forward. To the backside a hit. That was deflected and play continues. On the near side for Roop. Now Moorhead. To the backside Triggs, and the play is off to the side. No point, Moorhead. Just had too much on it to get it returned. Talia Triggs with the kill, and Moorhead leads it 23-22. Lauren Peterson serving. To the net and down. Did it cross over? Yes. Set tied at 23. That brings Samantha Nisler to the serve line for Bemidji. Sent deep, played forward. Back set there, hit is long and out. Oh, that was deflected. There was a deflection on the play. That gives point to Bemidji. Or, pardon me, point to Moorhead. There, the scoreboard has been corrected, and now the Spuds serving set point. Sarah Boak is ready and sends it over. Lumberjacks touch it over. Played by Perry. Backside, it's dropped down and point. Moorhead set. Moorhead. We head to a set number 4. On the Northwest Blinds scoreboard, it's Moorhead 25, Bemidji 23.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
We head to set 4. Bemidji controlled scoring in the first set and the second set. Moorhead turned the tables in set 3, but had to hold off Bemidji when the Lumberjacks came back to tie the Spuds at 21, at 22, and at 23. And the Spuds getting a late kill to claim a win in set 3. And so it's a 2-1 margin, a 2-1 advantage for Bemidji as we head into set number 4. Moorhead will serve left to right. Grace Perry will get things underway. And here we go. Set 4 is underway. Saved from the far sideline and play continues. Now the set and the return by Roop. She's back in position near side, swings and hits into the net. And that gives Moorhead the early lead at 1-0. Grace Perry lines it up. Right up the middle. Medium deep, it's played to the near side. It's hit into the net. Molly Roop had a good chance on the far side, but didn't clear net. And the Spuds now lead at 2-0. Perry will continue to serve. A dive to the floor to scoop it off the floor, and then a nice dig there. And then the hit goes out of bounds. Sailed up, sailed out. And Moorhead leads it now 3-0. Moorhead had the 4-1 lead in set one, only to see Bemidji come back. Bemidji had the early lead in set three, only to see Moorhead come back. Ball is deflected out of bounds. Point, Moorhead. 4 unanswered points by the Spuds to start set 4. And the play over. Blocked and hit and returned for point. Lily Mathern comes up with the big kill, and Bemidji takes a timeout. With play here in the fourth, on the Northwest Blind scoreboard, it's Moorhead 5 and Bemidji 0.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
Five nothing. Moorhead has jumped to that advantage to start set 4. And so a timeout taken by Bemidji to regroup. Meanwhile, Grace Perry continues at the serve line. Here's a look at the defense and the hit. Played forward. Near side, just over. Brought to the backside and hit. Returned. Peterson keeps it alive. From there, the play in. Just did catch the corner. Moorhead has started with 6 straight. And Perry will step to the line once again. The running jump and the serve across. Brought to the near side, blocked. Molly Roop couldn't clear the net. And Moorhead has scored 7 in a row to start set 4. Signals that she is ready. Grace Perry approaches and hits. Returned then by Bemidji on the free ball over. To the near side, set there, and blocked and deflected. Here's the hit. To the net it goes, and the hit is over and down. Point, Moorhead. 8-0 Spuds. Got a feeling Alicia Krenz would like to push refresh on this one. Running jump and hit. Service ace. The Valley Mortgage service ace by Grace Perry gives the Spuds a 9-0 lead. Well, nothing we saw in sets 1, 2, or 3 indicated that we would end up with any kind of a run such as what we're watching. As Perry delivers, just skimming the net. And that one will get Bemidji on the board. A hit that was up the near sideline and deep to the corner. Puts Elizabeth Bolte to the serve line then for Bemidji. The hit is over. Peterson. Back set it goes and point down. Moorhead is back at the serve line. Talia Triggs getting the kill. 10-1. Moorhead sets up at a 5-player I, and then breaks off that as the delivered, just saving it. Brooks Ferris got it on the return and then tossed it into the net. That gives point to Bemidji. And serve will go to Samantha Nisler. Swinging it over. And Annie Horan. Now played by Bemidji, blocked. Lifted back to the net from Margie Anderson. She got it over. Moorhead plays it back. Anderson will try it again. Sails over everybody and out of play. Lily Mathern returns to the Spuds lineup. And Sarah Bulk returns to the lineup to serve. Moorhead leading 11-2. Sent over. Lifted up and brought near side. And the hit blocked at the net and out of bounds. 12-2. Moorhead will continue the serve with a 12-2 advantage. Here's Sarah Boak. To the net and over. Four-hit return. (12-3). Bemidji trailing it here in set 4. They won the first two. Here's the play over. Back up to the net by Anderson. And a dive to the floor by Grace Perry comes up short. And it's 12-4. Molly Roop continues on. With the hit, brought to the net, backside over, just did get it down, played off the net and over. Boak sends it far side. To the net it's played. Here's Boak on the set. And the punch over just enough to get it in play. And the Spuds take a 9-point lead at 13-4. Talia Triggs will serve. The running jump and the hit over by Triggs. Played back up to the net. A big hit there, deflected. And off to the side out of reach. And Bemidji will retain possession. Adeline Potratz lining it up off the far side. And hits over. Here's the set to the net and back it comes. Sent over by Horan and played by Potratz. Now the Spuds. Perry. Near side, lifted over. Dived off the net, played. And oh my! A diving, swinging left-hand hook. And the Spuds end up with point. That one was all but done and gone. But a diving left-hand hook to get just enough ball to put it back into play. And here's the hit by Annie Horan. She tracks it down. Played forward by Boak. And play goes to Bemidji. Tipped over and in. Perfectly executed soft touch play by Bemidji. At the line now serving, trailing 14-6. Back up to the net and just over to the floor played. Bemidji will retain serve. At one point trailed by 10, now trailed by 7. Touched and replayed. Touched. Moorhead, I think. There's a 4-hit return. So the best scoring run of this set by the Lumberjacks. 6-2 advantage to cut into that 10-point deficit early. Played to the near side. Lily Mathern wanted a big chunk of that one and misfired it long. 14-9 we play. Bemidji crawling back into contention. With the hit. Played forward by Peterson. Set to the middle. Blocked at the net. Perry plays it. Takes it on the return. And sends it long. And that point, 5 unanswered Bemidji points, brings a timeout call from Amber Fugelberg. On our Northwest Blind scoreboard, play in the 4th set. Moorhead 14, Bemidji 10. Bemidji just now leaving their huddle coming out of the Moorhead timeout. Lumberjacks not long ago trailed 12-2 and have outscored Moorhead 8-2 since that. And it's a 4-point set in number 4. With the hit over. Lauren Peterson plays it to the net and back. Lily Mathern tried to send it through the net. That didn't work. Here's Margie Anderson. Right arms it. Played back to the net by Perry. Just did get the second hit across. Played off the net and deflected. Peterson tracks it down. Redirect. Played over. Here's Boak to the backside. That one's deflected. Up and gone. Point Moorhead. And for the moment, that snaps a 5-point run. Moorhead now serving with a 15-11 lead. Sent up and sent over to the back row, played forward. Soft touch, kept alive. Punched over. Big hit goes into the net. Elizabeth Bolte. And with that, Moorhead will serve with a 16-11 advantage here in set 4. With the hit over, midway to the back. Played back and down. A big hill hit there by Elizabeth Bolte. And Bemidji is back within 4 at 16-12. That puts Jordan Pemberton at the line. Just clearing the net. Set to the backside of the hit by Bathurst. Return, or rather that was by Ferris. And at the line, at the net, it crawls along and drops down. Point Bemidji. Jordan Pemberton hoping to keep this scoring run going. Bulk feeds it to the backside, running out of room. And into the net. That gives point to Bemidji. Now within 2 at 16-14. Lauren Peterson sends it forward. It's set to the backside. Point Moorhead on the kill from Grace Perry. And Perry now becomes server. Here's the set and the hit to the floor and in. 17-15 as Bemidji once again pulls within 2. Elizabeth Bolte. And it's sent over. Played by Moorhead at the net. Double, no. Played off to the side. And Moorhead had a couple of players bump into each other just as they were both trying to play the ball. And as a result, it's a 1-point set here at 17-16. Bemidji could tie on this serve. To the backside, big hit. Oh, that was a monster hit, but returned by Pemberton. And now Lauren Peterson. Played over and lifted up. Bolte's set. Played over. Moorhead at the net. Dropped down. Another nice save out of the back row by Pemberton. And then to the front, the set for Molly Roop. And her hit is deflected out. Point Bemidji. Working on a 6-1 scoring run, and we're tied at 17. Moorhead back on top. Grace Bathurst coming up with the kill on that hit. Moorhead regains the advantage at 18-17 as Lauren Peterson will serve. Play back up and return near side. Deflected. Point Bemidji. The hit came from the near side from Molly Roop. Got deflected around and out. And we're tied at 18. Samantha Nisler serving. Punched over and saved from going out of play. Comes back and a touch pass over the top. And the Lumberjacks have come from 10 points down early in the set to take their first lead at 19-18. Leading 2-1. And the serve. Played to the net. Annie Horan ties things up with a little dump down in, and it's 19 apiece. Sarah Boak will serve. Right-hander sends it over. Blocked, lifted. Play continues. Peterson sends it forward. Boak plays it. Blocked. Punched over. Saved again. Comes back near side. This one is hard and in. Molly Roop continues to come up big for the Lumberjacks here tonight. And with that kill, Lumberjacks take a 1-point lead, 20-19. With the hit to the net and played. Big hit there. It's deflected up and out. Annie Horan will get the kill. Set tied at 20. The run, the jump, and the hit just skimming past the net. Lauren Peterson sets it off to Grace Perry, who plays it over. And on the return, Bemidji regains the lead. 21-20. Adeline Potratz comes on to serve. She pardon me, as she lines up, running jump, and the play is over. Comes back to Boak, blocked at the net. Point, Moorhead was under the net. And that brings a Moorhead timeout. We will return deep into the fourth set on the Northwest Blind scoreboard. It's Bemidji 22, Moorhead 20. Well, it was early on. The Spuds got 9 straight points to start set 4. Built it to a 10-point lead at 12-2. And then the Lumberjacks started to kind of crawl their way back in. At one point, put up 5 unanswered. Pulled within 4. The Spuds then took it back. But from that point on, Bemidji was able to just enough outscore Moorhead. Currently serving with a 22-20 advantage. Adeline Potratz delivers. Moorhead playing it off the net by Boak to keep it alive. Moorhead gets one back. 22-21 Bemidji. Moorhead serving. Annie Horan. And the hit over. Lifted back to the net. Played across. Here's the set by Boak to the backside. Play continues off the block, and they'll try it again. Bemidji, double set point. Here's Margie Anderson leading 23-21. Play is underway. Tipped over to the middle and on the net. Point, Bemidji. Match point here in set number 4. The hit is overplayed by Perry. Saved and play continues. Punched over. Lauren Peterson sets it near side. Mathern sending it over. Play comes back. Point Bemidji. Set Bemidji. Match Bemidji. On the Northwest Blind scoreboard, our final score in set number 4. Bemidji 25, Moorhead 21.